What's up, guys? Marcellus Williams, aka TheSwolefessor, Education, Health, and Social Well-Being, and welcome to the first video of 2025, which is crazy, man. Like last time I talked to you guys was December 2024, and we're in February, and it's just now it started hitting me as I started setting up for this video. I'm like, wow, I did not post a YouTube video in January. Like, I can't remember the last. I don't know if I've ever gone a month without posting at least one YouTube video. Since I started the channel in 2016, I feel like I've uploaded at least once every month. Also, when I first started the channel, it was super frequent. But anyway, that's just crazy. But that's because, just been busy, new year, finishing up the holidays, lots of birthdays going on in January. My dad also retired from being a firefighter, so we celebrated that. Traveled to Sheffield, which was an amazing experience. You guys, if you follow me on Instagram, you've heard me rave and talk about that enough as is, but it was unlike anything I've ever experienced as far as powerlifting. The energy was amazing. The setup was beautiful. The competition, elite. It was awesome. So I'm not gonna keep ranting, but there is no event like there was no event like Sheffield in powerlifting. Just point blank period. It was amazing. I was very, very excited to be there. Was very happy to be a part of the process. Really proud of Ashton for the performance that he put up, and breaking the squat record and just showing up at all with having torn his pec just 2 months before. Really proud of him for that, and hope to be able to be there again with even more lifters. It was awesome, and shout out to all of you who took the time to I'm gonna get emotional if I talk about it. Like, it was overwhelming, like the amount of you who have been watching the channel from day one or watch Powerlifting Now, support my lifters, support my lifting, want to talk, pick my brain, ask questions, take pictures. It's never not humbling to experience that, but experience that on that level with that many people at once, internationally from all around the world, some of you from countries I never even heard of. It was awesome. So that was really cool. And yeah, long story short, just been really, really busy. But training, as you guys can see from yesterday, has been going very, very well. We are currently in the third block of the 4-block prep for Powerlifting American Nationals. You guys already know that, the first 3-week block post my last meet, the Lone Star Classic, was just to get me lined up for prep, and then we swung right into prep. But honestly, things have been going really, really well. Just to catch you guys up really, really quickly, as far as at the 12-week out mark, so the end of the first block of prep, we hit 507 pounds on squat for a PR set of 4. We hit, I believe it was 363 pounds, I'm pretty sure is what I had for my 2 or 3 singles that we have for bench press. And then it was like either 573 or 584, something like that for the single on deadlift, and that all moved well. And then just now, about a couple weeks ago, at the 8-week out mark, we hit 535 pounds for a PR set of 3 on the squat. That was hype. I have not had a grind like that in about 2 years, which is saying a lot considering, how slow my squat tends to be. But that third rep was a fight with something else, and I'll give more context as to why in a second. For the bench, we hit 380 pounds for the 2 singles, and then we hit 595 pounds for the deadlift. So I was really happy with that week 4 because the week before, going into that week 4, I got sick. I got the flu, had crazy bad symptoms like chills, aches, diarrhea, everything, man, for about 1 to 2 days. And then even after things cleared out in a couple of days, thankfully it wasn't that long, I had this lingering cough that was keeping me up at night, was not getting very good sleep. I was sleeping 2 to 3 hours a night in total, maybe. And then I lost a lot of weight. I dropped from 178, 179 to 172. And even as of today, I'm only back to 175, 176. So we're slowly getting back on. But the fact that I had all those crazy circumstances, but training was just going so well that I still managed to come in and hit the high end of everything assigned for that week 4 gave me so much confidence. Because I felt good. I still, on the squat, I still felt very strong, very popping the legs. Weight felt light on my back. But when hitting the hole, I could just feel the difference in not being as full, right? And that's probably why that third rep was such a grind, but I'm just happy I was able to fight through it. And same thing with the bench and the deadlift. They moved okay, but I just felt very drained by that point. But honestly, everything's on pace with where it needs to be for the numbers that I'm trying to hit at Powerlifting American National. So I'm super, super happy in regards to that. I think the best way I can put it is, it's funny, squat is the lift I'm easily the most confident right now. Everything's on point with it. Bench is about where it needs to be. We've made a couple adjustments this block, just in terms of relative intensity, because on my secondary intensity bench day, which was on Wednesday today, the session I'm showing you guys today, we've been hitting 3 count triples for the top set, and then you guys know I repeat that same load for a single. And we've been hitting for triples, but now we're going to transition that back to doubles and singles, just so I can get a little bit more intensity on this day, and that'll lead better into the primary day. We also are making the 4x6 on this day, a 4x7, just for a little bit more volume, a little bit more pop and fullness. I also went back I've been doing a lot of single arm overhead extension and double arm overhead extension for my tricep work. We just went back to the basic press down version because I can just get away with doing more total weight on it. And the way just makes my triceps feel as far as carry over to the bench is just a lot better with a direct press down versus the overhead version. So we adjusted that for this current block because we're currently on week 1 of this current block. And then with deadlift, all we did was replace the RDLs on secondary day with competition deadlifts. And not just the way it was before, we're just a little 3x1, or no, we're doing full on, as you guys saw yesterday, 2 sets of 5, assigned load, progressing that load each week, just so I just need to do more work on the deadlift. At this point, we now know I can handle it. And really, the deadlift doesn't even tax my back like crazy at this point. It's the squat that does it. But compared to when we were pushing 2 days of deadlifting, really hardcore before, we weren't regulating the workload on the squat as well. Our system wasn't as well structured as it is. The fatigue management wasn't as good as what it is now. I didn't weigh as much as I do now. So that's why it led to a lot of fatigue with the back. But now it's I'm good, and I need to do everything I can to make sure I need to hit the numbers that I need to hit to land between a 727.5 to 732.5 total on meet day, because 1,600 pounds got to die. It has to. I got to get it done. So yeah, training's going well. Like I said, it's week 1. You guys saw everything from yesterday. Highest start point that I've had on that day for week 1, across the board with everything. Everything's feeling really, really good. The way I've been pacing and progressing my accessory work has been really, really good. I don't think I talked about this last YouTube video, but basically, some of my movements, like the ones that I know are very stimulatory, I'm progressing them week to week as usual. Weighted dips. When I was doing the RDLs, those are now competition, but the competition deadlifts, there's certain moves where I'm progressing it week to week, or my leg press on my primary day on Saturday, I'm progressing the weight week to week for that stimulus. And then other movements, I'm kind of pacing more block to block. Like my belt squat, one thing we found from last prep was increasing that weight each week, starting at around 7 plates and getting to 10 plates, each block, which is a lot of workload, a lot of stress on the legs. So instead, I've paced it where, 2 blocks ago, I did 7 plates for all 4 weeks, right? 7 plates each side for the belt squat. Last block, 8 plates for all 4 weeks, 8 plates each side of the belt squat. This block, I'm doing 9 plates for all 4 weeks, 9 plates each side on the belt squat. And then that final block will be the 10 plates on each side for the belt squat for all 4 weeks. And the reason that I'm pacing it that way is it allows me to get in more cumulative workload while still pushing that leg press hard, but it's not so much where my legs get fried, right? Because I can't push things so aggressively to where it starts to leak into the squat in the way that I don't want it to. So besides that, everything else is pretty much where we left off, guys. Everything else in terms of programming is the same as what it's been. Also, I'm going to start taking you guys through more of these sessions, getting into these last few weeks, going into Powerlifting American Nationals, because we will be 6 weeks out for this upcoming weekend. But yeah, I just want to kind of get in the swing of it. And the last thing that I want to note is that, as you guys already know, right? Like we're in our third year of Powerlifting Now as far as the subscription service. And I already let you guys know, when we first started that, hey, a lot of long format informative content is now going to be on Powerlifting Now. Um, and really, since then, most of what I've shown you guys here has been very short, quick, informative content, or mostly like training vlogs and explain the why behind what I'm doing. And that's just because even when I get an idea of something that could be like a quick 5-10 minute powerlifting related informative video, I just rather dive deeper in that topic, make it like a 20-minute to an hour long video and put it on Powerlifting Now, because that's what it's for. That's what the platform is for. That's what people are paying for. And it kind of just has me at a point where I don't want to say burnt out, because I'm obviously still doing a video a month probably now, but it just makes me not want to do as much powerlifting focused informative content here. So what you guys will be happy to hear, or maybe you will, maybe you won't, I don't know, I'm happy about it, is that after Powerlifting American Nationals, that'll be my only meet for this year. Because you guys already know I competed 3 times last year. I tend to try to compete only twice a year, but I competed 3 times last year because I had to get that last meet in to ensure that I PR'd the total. So that way, when I PR the total at Powerlifting American Nationals this year, that will be 10 years of powerlifting and 10 years of PRing my total. Once that's done, my focus for the rest of this year is I'm going to pull back on specificity. I'm still going to be doing the big 3, but I'm going to pull back on specificity and really focus on maximizing muscle growth. Really getting to a point where I am filling out this weight class properly. Because even though, yes, I can keep doing things where I'm doing, where I'm focusing on the big 3, where I'm, squatting 3 days a week and benching 5 times a week and still pushing my accessories within reason, I can only push things so hard because it has to all be balanced out with the big 3. My plan is to lower the specificity, like drop on my 5 bench days and have just a really hardcore chest-focused pressing day, right? I'm gonna still probably squat 3 days a week, but maybe on my high bar day, instead of doing high bar and the back downs, I'm just gonna have the top set of high bar, and then I'm gonna go crazy on lower body accessory work, right? My back work that I already have, I'm already hitting back pretty frequently with my current programming, but instead of capping things off like the RP, like just 7, 8, I'm gonna really push sets hard to failure, right? And a lot of the AMRAP stuff I'm doing, I'm already kind of doing that with the single joint stuff, but just pushing everything harder across the board and making hypertrophy the main focus. Still maintaining the big 3, but being okay if those take a hit for the sake of growth. And that way I can fill this weight class out faster with quality muscle mass and set myself up for an even bigger potential total in 2026. Because the reality is this, I was able to maximize my muscle growth very, very well as a 74, 75 kg lifter, right? Because a big part of that is because I spent so much time focusing on hypertrophy before I even got involved in powerlifting. And when I started powerlifting, I started off as a 74 kg lifter. And I was able to push things hard enough as I was getting stronger to keep maximizing muscle growth. But now I'm at a point, with just due to my training age and just due to all these variables, that if I really want to get bigger faster and maximize growth in this weight class, I need to focus more on hypertrophy. In a perfect world of powerlifting, like if you gave me a lifter where this lifter is going to be lifting for like 10 years, I would have 2 to 3 of those years focused on almost just exclusively hypertrophy to build a bigger baseline and then get more specific and continue to do hypertrophy work in the background as needed. But the fact is, most powerlifters will do, like 1 to 3 meets in their life. The average powerlifter only powerlifts for like 2 to 3 years. So you just don't have the time to hyper focus like that, hyper specialize. You got to kind of work on everything at once, which is still best in general. But having some phases where you focus more on the hypertrophy, I think is useful if you're going to be doing this for a long time. And for me, since I know after Powerlifting American Nationals, I don't plan on competing the rest of the year anyway, it's the perfect time to just focus on growing and really getting bigger so I can set myself to be the strongest version of myself in 2026. So I want to hit these bigger goals before I'm done powerlifting, like, squatting 600 on the platform, benching 400 on the platform, maybe even pulling 7 on the platform. I'm going to have to just really get bigger in order to do that. Because at this point, my programming is consistent, my technique's consistent, my lifestyle variables are as locked in and consistent as what they're going to be with being, a husband, a father, and everything else that I'm doing. So it's just about getting bigger. And it's going to be fun because that's what this YouTube channel will be focused on. More of that type of content, the hypertrophy work, the general strength training, a lot of what this channel was built upon originally before I started focusing on powerlifting. So I'm also really excited for that because, the powerlifting focused content will still be on Powerlifting Now. And then with the YouTube channel, I kind of get to just record the stuff that I enjoy, that's fun with the training, and give you guys a different type of content to focus on and thing to be motivated with. And once again, I'll still be showing powerlifting training here. It's all going to go together. It's just going to have a different shift in the focus. So I'm excited for that. But first things first, we still got to get to the next 6 weeks. 600 pounds got to die at PLA Nats in the first week of April. And then we can kind of focus on that. But with that being said, you guys are pretty much caught up. Let's head to the gym. Like I said, it's Wednesday, which is my day 4 bench, which for me is my secondary intensity bench. So let's go in, let's get it done, and have a good time. I hope you guys can hear me okay, but I'm very happy with how bench went. Like, keep in mind, last block on the week 3, which you guys know my heaviest secondary day work is on the week 3 going into the week 4, and then we back in deload the week 4 after the primary work so I can recover and have a higher start point for week 1. But anyway, I hit 325 pounds, 147.5 kilos for a PR set of 3, or at least for the 2 count pauses, a PR set of 3. So to be starting this block off as far as week 1 on this day with just 7.5 under that with 140 for a double is really, really solid. And it just shows that, as always, we already know when I get that higher baseline of intensity, not pulling back from it too much, but building upon it is the key. Like doing it steadily, but making sure that baseline is higher with each week. Like this past weekend, for example, everything felt really good for a week 1. Like I hit 435 pounds for my top set of 3 on squats. I hit 336 for my first of the 3 singles on bench, and then 341 for the second and third single. And then I pulled 518 pounds for the top single on deadlift. And that was coming off of doing the 2x5 deadlifts on the secondary day for the first time on the back end deload, and already felt that much better, getting more of that pop off the floor, feeling like very comfortable in my positioning. So everything is where it needs to be. We've made the adjustments needed for this block. Now it's just continue to pace things up consistently to feel the way that I need to over the next 6 weeks. But anyway, y'all already know what time it is, man. Accessories, time to craft. I'm telling y'all, as strong as I am on a lot of these movements, when y'all see me truly push them and prioritize them, like unhinged, like not having to hold things back, it's gonna be different. But we still get a little bit of work today. All right, guys. So for the workout, I'm not gonna lie, man. Today felt really, really good. Shout out 110, man. I tried their non-stim pump product, and that was fantastic. I'm not sponsored, man. I'm just shouting them out. I appreciate them. Appreciate you, Kevin. But yeah, no, like today was really good workout. And like I said, if you guys think you've seen me go crazy on some accessories before, wait until after nationals. But yeah, I'm really happy with everything's at. And that's the thing, I'm very happy with where my overall strength and physique is at currently. And I know if I kept, approaching my program the same way, I would eventually keep steadily filling out the weight class. I just think it's going to be a good shift for me mentally. It's going to kind of pick up the pace for me physically. And it's like, if I'm not going to compete the rest of the year after nationals anyway, why not just shift the focus, right? And then come into 2026 and go crazy. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to keep it. I don't have much else to say, man. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go in the comment down below. Let me know what you did. If not, leave a comment down below. Let me know what can get better. Like the video, share, subscribe. Keep it simple, specific, scientific. I'll catch you guys later.